Okay, so one of the craziest things of my entire life just happened. Pay attention, because this is going to seem really fucked up to you if you're not aware of any of the things that I'm about to let you know about. If you're not really truly aware of this type of shit, you're probably going to look at me like I'm a fucking mentally unstable individual. But I promise that's not the case. You'll have to look me up and listen to my music, analyze me and really find out who I am, because I'm a real dude and there's nothing wrong with me. There's a lot of shit wrong with the system. There's a lot of shit wrong with the rest of the world, though. And I'm just in it, But, okay, so I'm a targeted individual. If you don't know what that is, look up GangStalking. GangStalking. It's not what it seems to be. It's not a fucking gang stalking you and shit like that. It's a governmental organization. I'm just gonna let you look that up. I'm not gonna break that shit down because that's next level. That takes years of literally consuming, analyzing, and researching for you to even be able to fathom or comprehend to such a capacity of what that actually is, okay? I'm not like one of those paranoid fucking weird ass people tripping out and shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a real motherfucker. If I'll come from the street, bro. I pay attention to fucking body language and everybody around me and what people are doing, and I know what the fuck they're thinking before they even try to make a move on me, bro. Because if you're not able to do that in the street where I come from, you get crushed. I wouldn't even be alive right now if it was for that. So listen, I confronted a group of gang stalkers, okay? Of individuals that are involved in this fucking organization or agency or whatever you want to call it. It hides itself as a security agency. That's what it masks itself as. And they target homeless people and people that are high risk to the government because the government is corrupt, okay? I'm not going to debate that with anybody. The government is corrupt. The system is corrupt. The health system is corrupt. The justice system is corrupt. Or injustice system is corrupt. The tax system is corrupt. The financial system. Every fucking system is designed on corruption. Okay? If you don't know that, then just go to a different video. Okay? So you need at least 10 years of research before you can even comprehend what I'm about to tell you. Or anything that I'm saying at all, period. And it took me that long to even believe that this shit was an actual fucking reality. I used to disregard it. I used to say, you're fucking schizophrenic, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to hear fucking weirdo shit, get the fuck away from me. I used to tell people that, and they were actually onto something. And until I experienced it fluently, thoroughly, and for a fucking long period of time, for me to be able to recognize what the fuck is actually happening and connect it to what it actually is, it became a fucking reality to me, and it changed my entire perception and my entire reality. But I don't let it control me. But listen, I confronted them, okay? I was at a homeless shelter, alright? Going through the struggle, right? This has been going on for 10 years and I didn't know what the fuck it was until now. Until I fucking confronted them. And you know what they did? They freaked the fuck out. They freaked out. They framed me. They said that I threatened them. They said that they tried to get all this shit on me to try to put me in jail. I'm telling, out of nowhere. I'm just chilling. Like, all I did was go in the office and I said, listen, I want to bring something to your attention. It was only one female staff and she seemed down to earth, kind of cool. So I thought she would be open-minded, or I thought she would, like, not be a part of the program, hopefully, because she seemed real, and I just wanted to make her aware of her coworkers, because, listen, each one of her coworkers has kicked me out for no reason. I was sleeping, the staff come in, they're like, pack your shit. That was their fucking words. They swore. Like, they swear at you, they get violent towards you, they'd be aggressive towards you, and for nothing. They make you think you're losing your fucking mind for no reason. I'm sleeping. They wake me up out of my sleep. They're like, pack your shit and get out. That's what they just said to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I was just sleeping for the last 6 hours. Like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, you threatened one of the staff an hour ago or some shit. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's fucking 2 in the morning. I'm like, it's 2 in the morning. I've been sleeping for like hours, bro. Like, I don't know what, have no idea. And my word, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I thought they got me confused with somebody else. There was only like 10, 15 other residents there that were homeless, okay? And I'm the only young guy that looks like me that's a targeted individual, okay? So I knew what this shit was. They've kicked me out like 26 times in a time frame of 30 days. How the fuck do you get kicked out every fucking day? I was pretty much every single day I got kicked out for no reason. Like, I literally said, listen, you guys are being abusive. I'm like, you're taking advantage of your authority, and you're becoming aggressive and violent towards homeless people here. You're kicking people out for no reason. And as soon as I say that, get the fuck out. They kicked me out again, just for me exposing them. So listen, I exposed everything to this female, okay? And let me tell you something. All the co-workers are all in sexual relations, okay? She admitted it to me. The chick that I was talking to in that works there in the office had a hickey on her neck, and she was wearing a scarf around her neck trying to hide the hickey, and I seen it. She mentioned something about certain staff having sexual relations and it affecting one of the homeless people there. And even one of the homeless people were involved in the sexual incident. And she was describing how, it's before I exposed everything, because I just dropped the fucking bomb on her after that. I'm like, you know what? All these people are corrupt. None of them, I asked all of the people that work there in each and every shift, because I was there for 4 or 5 months, and I asked them how they even got the job, because they look like people like me. They look off the street. They look literally like they came off the street. They look like fucking thugs. I'm like, how are these people getting jobs serving homeless people? How they're supposed to be helping homeless people, and all they're doing is being abusive towards them and kicking them out for no reason, power tripping on them. They just don't give a fuck. Like, you can just they make it very clear that they don't care about us. You know what I mean? They made that clear. And none of them have degrees in social services. Not one of the individuals there that are one of the employees working at that shelter, which is the Emerald House, Kamloops, BC. I'm fucking dropping it on file right now. I'm dropping it on record. I also filed a civil rights complaint with BC Human Rights Tribunal. Now pay attention. This shit is fucking real shit, bro. This is as real as it gets, okay? This is scary shit, man. Okay, she was talking about there's being fucking sexual relations within the employees, and had something to do with one of the homeless people that made a situation where the homeless person was uncomfortable to live there any further because of the incident that happened in between co-workers and one of the homeless residents. This is mind fucking blowing, okay? You know right now how many laws have just been broken in what I just described. It is completely and beyond illegal for not only co-workers within a homeless shelter to be having any type of sexual relationship outside or inside of the establishment that work for the agency, not to mention involving one of the residents, one of the homeless people. That's the biggest violation there is. That's like a teacher having sex with a student. That's huge. This shit goes international. These types of things, you get huge amounts of jail time for that shit, man, and your whole career is ruined, your reputation, you're a fucking sex offender. But not to this degree, because there's no minors involved. Now listen to this. This is fucked up. Okay. So she tells me all of this shit, and I said, listen, I want to tell you something, because she opened up to me. I said, I'm not going to snitch you out, okay? I'm a real dude. I come from the street. I don't do none of that shit, all right? I don't give a fuck if you're, an employee or not. I'm not going to, don't worry about that, right? But I want to tell you something, okay? You're working for an agency that is involved in an operation. This is a strategic, organized operation. It's referred to as gang stalking. And she kind of, she didn't even give me a weird look. Actually, she was blank, like this. She was she knew. I said gang stalking, okay? I said, look that up. and educate yourself on that, okay? Please. That's all I'm going to say to you. You know what she said? She acted like for a minute, like she didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm like, you never heard of that before? She said Noah at the first start. And I'm like, and then she said something, and I said, are you sure you don't know about it? And she's like, she mentioned technology. She mentioned frequency technologies was the first thing that she mentioned. I know this shit is sounding fucking completely psychotic at this point in time. Believe me, bro. I wouldn't even listen to nothing like this. I wouldn't even hear that. Get away from me. I don't talk to crackheads. Get the fuck out of my face. I don't do drugs. I smoke weed. I haven't even blazed. I just woke up. It's like 8 in the morning. I don't smoke until nighttime to help me sleep. Listen. She described it. She fucking knew. So how the fuck, if you don't know about gang stalking, you just described to me one of the most in-depth layers of it, which is them using frequency technologies to actually attack homeless people. Their mental state, it affects you mentally. Frequencies alter your thoughts. Okay, certain frequencies alter your thoughts. It does a lot more than that. And I know what you're thinking. That's fucking insane. Nobody has no fucking time to be doing that shit. Especially the homeless people. They're not going to waste fucking money. Listen, you're wrong. Once you look it up, you'll find out that this entire fucking operation is $1 million operation. It's been going on for a long time. It originated in Seattle, in the United States. And it was designed, these are war tactics. These are fucking war tactics. These were meant to be used on oppositions of like other countries and shit to alter their behaviors and their thoughts, to fuck them up and break them down in a way that they don't know they're under attack at all. So they can't even defend themselves against an attack, and their minds are fucked up, so they're not fully aware of what's going on or sharp enough to identify an attack coming to them. Real shit. Now listen to this. The reason why they're using this, okay, on homeless people is because homeless people have no credibility, and they look at us like we're fucking out of our minds, we're crazy, we're delusional, we're on drugs. And that may be true for a small percentage, or maybe even half, or maybe even more than half percentage, or the majority of homeless people. But you wonder why. Now you understand this shit's been going on for a long fucking time. Over 10 years. Okay? And the reason why they target homeless people and they test these technologies out is because these are the most high-risk individuals to expose corruption in government, because we are on the other hand of corruption. We're the ones exposing corruption in the homeless shelters by organizations and agencies that are supposed to be helping homeless people, and they're being abusive and power tripping and taking advantage of their authority, kicking people out for no reason, just for standing up to them with freedom of speech. I live in Canada, first of all, you know what I mean? And these people would kick me out for exposing them in certain ways. Like, you can't be abusive to homeless people. And they're like, get the fuck out. Yeah, I can do whatever I want. I'm like, oh my God, like, how, like, you guys are supposed to be helping people. Why are you being like this? Why are you doing this to us? You know what I mean? Don't you feel bad? Don't you feel sick? You know what I mean? And when they do, when they feel bad and you expose them to their face, they feel so sickened by themselves, they have to get rid of you, because they can't, you're a reminder of what they're doing wrong, and they can't handle it. They don't want to look at it, so they kick you out. And that's what they were doing to me. Now listen, after you research all this gang stalking and you thoroughly investigate all of this and analyze it, you're going to be able to confirm everything that I'm saying to you, okay? This changed my life, okay? I didn't want to even stumble upon, I wouldn't even waste my fucking brain capacity and energy to fucking explore something like this, even if it did exist. I don't give a fuck, until I was directly affected in such a major way for such a long time. They kept kicking me out. I had to stay in, there was only one shelter, and that's what they do, because I'm in an isolated area. They target people in an isolated area, and they isolate you, so that way you have no credibility, nobody believes you, you have no contact with family, all that shit. That's why they use it on homeless people, okay? It's because nobody would believe us anyways. Like a video like this, more than 60% of the people are going to think I'm fucking, something's wrong with me, but it's not me. This shit is really happening in real life, and I experienced it and realized that it was in my area, not to mention in Canada. I'm like, I didn't even think it was in Canada. Okay, these people, I not just shift changes, but I seen staff come in that weren't there before and coming out and weird things happening. Listen, I pay attention to behaviors, body language, all that, psychology. I pay attention to these things, okay? I study human behavior because I grew up in the street, so it kind of just naturally became an element of myself, you know what I mean? So listen to me. This shit really happened. Okay, now that she knew that I knew about the gang stalking, and that she snitched herself out about having sexual relations with her coworkers and one of the residents involved, which they could all go to fucking jail for, not to mention lawsuits, not to mention their jobs gone, not to mention their fucking reputation ruined. They're all in on it. Even the case managers are in on it, because guess what? I filed a civil rights complaint with BC Human Rights Tribunal because of them being abusive towards me and abusing their power. I wrote and documented the times and the dates when they did something wrong that would make them lose their fucking job, if not be criminally charged for what they're doing, because they're manipulating and taking advantage of people that are vulnerable in a vulnerable situation, that are homeless, and that's one of the regulations in their job role that they cannot violate. It's one of the biggest ones, that they are they're in a higher position than you. You're in a weak position, so you cannot be manipulated and taken advantage of. Just like a caseworker with a minor, with a young chick that's struggling with addictions. I've seen shit like this all the time. You know what I mean? Like, but in different scenarios. You know what I mean? And then this is huge. Okay, so just pay attention. I'm trying to just get this out because it's fucking insane. But listen, as soon as I found out about all that shit and I exposed that to her and she recognized what I was talking about, she immediately started acting that she's like, I'm gonna have to report you because of this and da-da-da. And I'm like, why? Because I just exposed everything, and you accidentally, before, you didn't know that I had this knowledge and was aware of what was going on here and the abuse that I've taken and the fact that I filed a civil rights complaint against this organization, and there was this is what the case manager told me, the boss of the case managers that runs the whole program. She told me that she ran an investigation based off of the information I gave her on the dates and the times that I gave her by looking back on the cameras and investigating what I'm claiming. She said that there was 4 staff that were unlawful, that were involved in a violation of protocol based off the information that I gave her, and apparently 4 staff were terminated. Okay, so I end up in this hotel program for 4 months. I come back and those staff are still fucking there. I thought they were terminated. So now I know that it's even up there on the board that everybody's fucking involved. So the entire fucking agency. This is a governmental program, okay? So the government, agencies, and corporations, businesses, you know what I mean? It goes down and down. Yeah, if the government is the one that is running this entire operation, of course, everything has no choice but to be in synchronized connection. Like, even if they're aware of it or not, whether the agency was originally created for the purpose of actually helping homeless people, or if it was created as a fucking experiment on homeless people in the middle of nowhere in British Columbia, in a small fucking town surrounded by mountains where nobody knows we even exist. I ended up here. I came from Vancouver Island. That's a different story. You can look that shit up. I'm documenting everything now at this point, okay? I'm very intelligent, okay? Don't get it twisted. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know what everybody else is doing. They're having sexual relations. Regardless that the law has already broken, their protocol for their job role has already been broken, and this is serious shit. This is... I could file a lawsuit, but the problem is this is a fucking government program, and if I show that I am aware of this shit, this is how people get framed. This is how people disappear. This is how people go to jail for no reason, okay? Because they have the power to do that shit. They could just say he threatened me or he touched my leg when we were in office. Then they could fucking get rid of the video surveillance or do something, alter it in a way where they can't prove that didn't happen, and they're gonna take a staff's employee's word over mine because I'm a homeless, uncredible individual. I'm not, my word is not credible. I have a criminal record from when I was 18. This is what they do, okay? It's sick, and it turned into an evil. They have an obsession with fucking hurting people below them now. It becomes an addiction power is a fucking powerful thing. Power brings corruption, okay? So listen. I filed a civil rights complaint. I threatened them. She came. She said she investigated it, said I was right about it, and these people should not be getting a paycheck if they're abusing the homeless people here. Apparently 4 people terminated. Found out that that's not the truth. I came back. They were not terminated, and the same people that were supposed to be terminated just kicked me out again. They just kicked me out because I just said everything about the gang stalking. I'm back at the hotel right now. I only have this hotel for 5 more days. That's why I left early. I packed all my shit and I went to the shelter because I'm waiting on some money. I'm trying to make a move right now and get the fuck out of here. And I needed to go to the shelter. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no food and shit right now. Like, I'm on running on E. They got me in a fucking chokehold in the middle of nowhere. This has never happened to me in my life. I've always been in control of my assets, my money, my fucking life, my freedom, all that shit, okay? Listen, they got me in a fucking stronghold, chokehold, okay? They know that, and that's why they're being so abusive towards me, and that's how I discovered that this shit was not a coincidence, and I was wondering, why are these people going out of their way to fucking hurt me for no reason? And they're lying in their notes. They're saying I did this. I didn't do it. I never said anything. They're kicking me out of my sleep just to fuck with me. I have no involvement in anything they're talking about. I was sleeping. They kicked me out homeless to go lay in a fucking dirt bed outside. Even in the winter when it was minus 30, they kicked me out. I had to fucking survive. I had to buy a fucking tent. I had to spend extra money. My tent disappeared when I gave it to them. They said it was secure in their secure lockdown box. I asked for my tent so I can get the fuck out of here. And then they say to me that the tent's gone and they don't know how it disappeared. I'm like, well, I secured my belongings with you because they force you to put your tent in their security. They force you to put your weapons in a weapon cabinet. They have a fucking system that you have to follow or you're not allowed to live at the shelter. So I've lost $400 worth of shit since I've lived there in 5 months. That just keeps disappearing in their hands. And I'm saying, you can't do that. You can't tell me I have to turn my shit over to you. And then you fucking, this is what you lose my shit? That's impossible because the homeless people have no access to that locked fucking box. It's locked. There's security cameras on it. What the fuck? They're stealing people's shit. They're throwing it out because if they don't like your attitude, they take their fucking anger out on you. Whatever they're going through at home, they come back and they fucking abuse the homeless people. And that's why I filed a civil rights complaint. And they were found to be guilty, but the manager that runs the entire program is a part of it because she lied about terminating the staff. She probably had a meeting with them and said, listen, you guys gotta be more fucking secretive about this shit. This kid's actually going to fucking authorities. He's actually going to fucking sending this shit to fucking news channels. He's actually filing a civil rights complaint with the BC Human Rights Tribunal. This is bad. Like, you guys gotta chill off this kid for a minute. Then they were all nice to me for a little bit. And then bam, I exposed that gang stalking. Everything was fine. I was staying at the shelter. Nobody had no problems with me. All of a sudden, because I mentioned the gang stalking and everything to her, she knew that I knew, and she accidentally snitched her fucking self out just prior to that, like 10 minutes before I exposed the gang stalking shit, that she acted like she didn't know about it, and then she mentioned the fucking frequency technologies. How the fuck did you know that? And then she went off to say, yeah, but she got angry right away. She got mad, and she's like, yeah, but why would they target homeless people? Well, if you know about the frequency technologies, how the fuck do you not know why they target homeless people and they test this technology out on homeless people? You're full of shit. You wouldn't even know about the fucking frequency technology if you didn't know about that. You can't just know one piece and not know the rest. It's especially one of the most crucial, most fucking in-depth pieces of the whole thing. That's the most unlikely thing to be believed by anybody of the entire fucking process, is the frequency technology that they use to alter your fucking thoughts and your behaviors and cause other thing. You can go look that shit up, okay? But she knew about it and she pretended she didn't, and then she did because she doesn't want to fucking expose herself any further. Her emotions. She started crying. I swear on my dead father's grave, she started crying right in front of me. Started crying, getting really frustrated, getting really angry. She's like, I'm really frustrated. And I'm like, why? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm just telling you the abuse that I've suffered living in this establishment with these corrupt co-workers of yours that you don't even really know. And now the fact that you're telling me that you need to report me and that And then she went to go on to say that I shouldn't be staying at the shelter right now because I still have a hotel for 5 days. But I'm still legally allowed to access the services and stay there even if I wanted to, just for safety purposes or safety, just for my own safety. If I didn't feel secure where I was at, or I felt mentally unstable and I just needed to be around people, they're supposed to bring support to homeless people, period. In 5 days, the hotel's done, I'm fucking homeless. I'm supposed to be having to go back to that shelter. I'm not going back. That's the only shelter in the whole fucking town. I have to buy a tent and sleep outside. It's not even fucking April yet. There's snow on the fucking ground still. Okay? And I have to sleep outside now. This is what they've been doing to me for a long fucking time. I've been going through hell, but it's only because of where I am, and they have me isolated in an isolated area where they can get away with this shit, and I have no credibility. Okay? Listen, this shit is not a fucking joke, man. This changed everything for me right now, and I'm in a bad situation, but they don't have the full power over me, and God is on my side. Now listen, I expose that shit. All of a sudden, 2 more staff show up. A shift change happens out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, she starts acting crazy because I mentioned about the gang stalking and all that. They all have a little meeting. I go in my room. I already know they're going to kick me out. I already know they're going to kick me out because this is what they do. If you expose anything to do with them doing anything corrupt or wrong, or anything wrong, they kick you out to get you out of their face because they can't stand themselves. Okay? So listen. They kicked me out. They kicked me out. What the fuck did I do? Out of what I just told you guys? What did I do wrong to get kicked out of a homeless shelter to be fucking outside homeless? They said I have a hotel. Doesn't matter. Before I went to the shelter, I called the case manager, Alfred, and I told him that I needed to come to the shelter and I only have 5 days left in the hotel. And he said, that's no problem. That's why I went there. And he's their fucking boss. So who are them to kick me out when I already went to their boss first? And he said it was okay, but now all of a sudden they kicked me out. You see what I'm talking about? I wasn't even supposed to be out of this program in the hotel. They were supposed to put me in another hotel after this, and that's what they promised me and told me. And all of a sudden, a month left is out of the program. I have a month left, and they say, oh, sorry, you're not going to the Maverick. You're not going to the hotel. And I'm like, why? They're like, oh, well, it's full. I asked another resident. He's like, I'm going there. They said, I'm going there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you guys doing it? You gave me a month's notice now to find a place when I would have been looking for a place the whole fucking 4 months. I would have already been gone. I would have had another place. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Now you guys just forced me back into homelessness. Now I have to go back to the shelter. So that's what happened. Now I go back to the shelter. Look what they do to me. They kick me out. What the fuck? Just because I exposed that. And guess what the one fucking guy said? Listen, this is what I'm talking about they will try to frame you. They will try. If you figure this shit out, they will fucking put you in jail. They will say you threatened them. They will say that you did. Who fucking knows what they're gonna say? I don't know. This is what happened to Michael Jackson. This is what happened to fucking certain people that expose Illuminati and corrupt governmental agencies. They go to jail for nothing, and then everybody thinks you're a fucking weirdo, and then they turn the world against you. That's what they do. Okay, listen. These 2 staff come out of nowhere. It's shift change. And one of them is this big black guy. He comes in, and you know what? When they said to me, I freaked out this time. I was like, yo, that's it. You guys kicked me out again? And they had a smile on their face like this. They're like, yeah, by the way, since you still have a hotel, I called my manager, and they said that you're not allowed to stay here right now. And I'm like, I already called and confirmed that I was allowed to stay here, and that's the only reason why I showed up in the first place. Well, we talked to the boss, and they're saying because you still have a hotel until the 31st, you can leave. And they had a little container with some food in it, and they're like, here, since you don't have any food, here's some food. I said, I'm not taking that shit. I don't know what the fuck you guys put in there, bro. I'm like, first of all, you know the conversation we just had. And now look at what you're doing right now because you expose yourself about sexual relations. And that's why you have a hickey on your neck right there, right? And I expose that right in front of all her coworkers. They all know about the sex ring. They already know about the fucking sexual relations because they're all involved. It's a small shelter with only like 4 or 5, maybe to 10, not even 10 staff. They're in on it. They're all they're partying outside, they're doing drugs, they're fucking outside of the shelter, outside of their work, and they're having sex. And they can't do that. It's against the fucking law. It is. I already looked up the fucking BC Human Rights Tribunal Act. They've violated a million fucking things in it, and they've broken the fucking actual law, not to mention that. Okay? So listen. I said, you know what, you guys are a bunch of fucking pussies. I'm like, you guys pick on homeless people. I'm like, you work for a fucking organization that fucking targets homeless people when you're supposed to be helping homeless people. And I'm like, you know what, you guys should be fucking ashamed of yourselves, and you guys are fucking pussies. You guys are cowards. I'm like, you know what, you guys picked on me for fucking 5-6 months solid, kicked me out for no reason, put me in the street. Now you're fucking doing it again. You're being abusive again because I exposed something to you that about your coworkers and your organization, and now that I figured it out, and that you have a hickey on your neck, and you told me that there was sexual relations in between you, your coworkers, and one of the fucking residents. Now you're gonna kick me out. Alright, you guys are pussies. So I grab all my shit, start packing it. Then the big black guy comes over and he's like, yeah, that's right. You pack your stuff. You pack your stuff, you get out of here. Da-da-da. I'm like, yo, shut your fucking mouth, you bitch. Fucking pussy. I straight up told him, bro, I'm a fucking gangster, bro. I'm from the street, bro. You guys think you can fuck with me? I'm like, the only reason why I filed a civil rights complaint is so I don't fucking smack you guys and beat the fucking shit. I'll kick that door off, punch through the window, and fuck everybody up, bro. And do the time, and get out, and come back and do it again. Go back, do the time, and get out and do it again. Because that's the kind of fucking guy I used to be. So don't play with me. I came out here to do well, try to get established in my life, get a job, do well for myself, and stay out of that life. And you guys are trying to force me into fucking not only homelessness, but you're forcing me to try to put me in jail. And I know what you guys are doing. You guys are sick individuals, and they've been trying to frame me the whole time, but I fucking document everything so they can't, and it fucking makes them mad. You know what I'm saying? That they can't get me. Okay, so listen, they kicked me out. I told him he's a pussy. Guess what he said to me? He said, you fuck minors. I almost smashed him, bro. My word, my hands are shaking. All of a sudden just shut off for whatever reason. It just shut off. Anyways, that's when, see, they say shit like that to make you, they know I come from the street, and that's a serious thing. People get killed for shit like that. People die over that shit. People die just for saying that. If you call me a goof, you say I have sex with minors, watch this. Bam! Knocked right out of your shoes, bro. I don't care to go to jail. You say shit like that to me, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bro. I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. And that's what they want. They want that reaction, what I just showed you right there, because they know me, bro. They know that. They've just been trying to do that for 5-6 months while I'm trying so hard to be nice, play by the rules, and let them abuse me so I don't go to jail. They want to abuse me and abuse me and abuse me, so I snap, kick a door off. Now I'm in jail. Or I hit somebody, or I fucking threaten them, or I go too far with my words. Now they got me cornered. They put me in jail. They know I previously have violent offenses, uttering death threats, shit like that. They know I'll fuck up on that, so they're trying to get me put in jail. I didn't fuck up, though. And I just said, yeah. I said, I have sex with minors? Where's your fucking paperwork? I'm like, because I got my paperwork. I'm like, I have my affairs in order. I have all my documentation and all my fucking paperwork. I already filed a civil rights complaint. Now here's number 2, plus the lawsuit, and you guys are all going to jail. You guys are all going to jail. You guys are having sexual relations in the agency, in the job role. You guys are going to fucking jail. That's what I said to them. I flipped the switch on them. They wanted me to fucking do something physically or threaten them so they could put me in jail, and I didn't. I said, you guys are going to jail. I know what you're trying to do, get me put in jail. You just said that I have sex with minors. You are a fucking staff that works at a homeless shelter. You just said that in front of all these homeless people. You just said that I'm a goof, basically. You just said I'm a sex offender and I have sex with minors. Do you know the fucking level of severity of that claim that you just fucking brought up publicly in front of everyone, which is a violation of your fucking work protocol? You can't do that. Period. That's against the law. Not to mention your job role. You should be fucking fired immediately for just saying that I have sex with minors. Even, let's say for some of the homeless people that are goofs, that really are sex offenders and pieces of shit, which I'm sure there is some, you know what I mean? Even if they did do that, if a staff said that publicly in front of the rest of the other fucking employees, that's a violation of the security and the safety of privacy. Right? So they would have lost their jobs, and they also would have went to fucking jail for that. That's illegal. That's against the law to do. Not just their law for their job, but the law. That's against the law. Okay? You can't do that. This motherfucker said I fuck minors in front of a bunch of people. Bro, I should have knocked his fucking teeth out, but I can't. Right? Because then I go to jail, and bro, Do you understand? This shit is not a joke. That this shit just really just happened to me, and it's been happening for 5-6 months in an isolated place, and it only happened until I came here. Before, small things would happen, and while I was on an island, that's another isolated place. It's right across from Seattle. It's 3 hours away from Seattle across the Pacific Ocean. You can take a ferry, okay? When you research about Seattle and GangStalking, then you'll figure that shit out, okay? The agency is based out of there, okay? So listen. And they claim to be a security agency. But listen, this really just happened. Now I'm in a hotel, okay? Now, I had a can of bear mace that I keep with me for protection, and now I put it in their weapons cabinet. Now all of a sudden I called today to go get my shit, and they said, oh, yeah, your bear mace is illegal, says the RCMP. I'm like, oh, really? Well, I've been bringing it to the shelter for 5-6 months, and you guys haven't said a fucking thing, and the sticker's ripped off of it, and it doesn't say bear mace on it. So how can you confirm that it's bear mace? On top of it, I called the RCMP just now and asked them, is it illegal? They said it's illegal to be carrying around and running around with it unless you're homeless, and you can't have it exposed. You have to have it in your backpack. So they could have got me, but for the fact of the matter that I'm homeless, it's a different circumstance. Cut. So they've been trying to frame me, right? So now I'm sure they're speculating in a way right now, sitting outside of work. The ones that are not off shift right now, they're probably sitting there trying to figure out how can they fucking make something up to get me put in jail. So I'm documenting this. I have all my documents right now on my computer. Just 2 civil rights complaints, and I'm gonna file a lawsuit. I'm contacting a lawyer right here. Civil complaint, BC Human Rights Tribunal, Corey Wiegand. That's my name. Emerald House lawsuit, Kamloops, BC, Civil Rights Complaint 2, Corey Wiegand. I don't fucking play. If I can't, they think I wasn't civilized or intelligent or intellectual enough to fight them in a legal manner. Guess what? All this shit and this video is going to all the news channels in British Columbia. I'm sending letters out, I'm sending emails out, and I'm sending this video out, okay, on a mass scale. I've been an affiliate marketer for 7 years, and my profession is marketing online, okay? I know how to get things out there, alright? Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising, I'll make this shit go viral. I don't care. It's gonna happen. And I don't care if it exposes my circumstances, because I'll be up eventually. I'm just down right now. That shit happens. So what? I've been up, I've been down. And the reason why I'm down is because these people that are supposed to be helping me are putting me back down, so I can't get up. And I applied for a fucking 1,000 jobs out here. I handed out hundreds of resumes multiple times. I didn't get one phone call. I went to work PC. I said, what's wrong with my resume? They're like, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know what the issue is. I haven't got one phone call. Not even Tim Hortons, Superstore, nothing. So listen, there's some fucked up shit going on in this small populated area, in this small town, Kamloops, BC. So listen, this ain't a joke, alright? I'm prepared for anything right now, so I have to secure myself by making this video, exposing all this shit, exposing the staff there. Oh yeah, one of the staff, her name was Jackie at the Emerald House, she pushed me physically out of the fucking door while she was swearing at me, saying, get the fuck out of the shelter. And I, you know what I mean? I couldn't do nothing, you know what I mean? He pushed me. I said, don't fucking touch me, don't touch me. And she went, bam, pushed me out of the door. She physically assaulted me. Her name is Jackie. She hasn't been back at the shelter since then. I believe she was terminated because she put her hands on me, so she went too far. She fucked up, and it was on camera. So she got terminated, but the other people that were supposed to be supposedly terminated, they weren't terminated. They're still there. What the fuck? So she lied to me? That's against the law. I filed a civil rights complaint. You filed an you ran an investigation and found out my claims were accurate based off the times and the documented in the dates. That's what I was told. And then they're still there working there. Okay. So everybody's in on it. So everybody's going to be held responsible and liable for this shit, because this is all illegal. And so is the entire fucking operation of gang stalking. It's fucking evil. It's illegal, but it's government run. The government is corrupt. The government does many illegal operations. No? I hope you wake up if you don't know that shit, because it's 2018. It's not a speculation or a fucking conspiracy theory at this point anymore. It's factual fucking matter. It's not, this ain't a game no more, okay? And people are getting smart and they're fighting back, and we're not playing this shit no more. You can't fucking hurt people. And if I can't hit you and fight like a fucking beast, like a wildebeest, like a lion, to defend my life and my security of my life, or you'll put me in jail, well then I have to do something technical. I have to do something intelligent in order to defend myself. And if I'm going against a corrupt government and corrupt law, there's no winning, period. I already know I can't win this shit. I don't care. I don't want money. I don't give a fuck. I just want to expose it to the masses, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fight. I'm going to leave attachments of these civil rights complaints. I've documented everything. There's mad shit, bro. When I print this shit out, it's going to be like that big. And everybody can view it. Everybody in the public can look at this and see what the fuck is going on over here in Kamloops, okay? The shelter's called the Emerald House. Alright? Now listen. I had to expose this. This is going to be a 40-minute video. I hope I can even upload it. I'm going to find a way, period. Whatever. If YouTube won't allow it, some other platform's going to allow it. By the way, since I've been exposing things like this, I'm blue badge verified by Facebook on Facebook as Sincere Music with a Z. I'm a musician. I make music, okay? I also have a YouTube channel called Corey Resilient, Cory, and then the word resilient, okay? Yeah, Corey Resilient. They can't take me out. I'm fucking resilient, okay? But listen, my Facebook, both of my profiles a week ago were permanently disabled and banned for life. Out of nowhere. I lost all my verified pages. I had businesses. I had my Sincere Music page that was on there. And I lost everything. And there's no way to contact Facebook. I tried a million times. There's no way to contact them. I lost all my verified pages. I lost access to my Sincere Music page. You can go on Facebook, type in Sincere Music with a Z for the music part. You'll see my page with a blue check mark beside it. That's me. You'll see all my videos. I exposed corruption. And they fucking got me. Facebook got me and they took me off Facebook. And guess what? I tried to make 30 more accounts. 10 of them with my name. Different variations. Corey Wiegand, Corey Douglas Wiegand. I used different emails and different phone numbers to confirm and verify the accounts. And guess what? As soon as I made these accounts, it logged me out and it said, your account has been permanently disabled. I'm not allowed on Corey Wiegand is not allowed ever again. I've been blackballed and blacklisted by Facebook. This is on a fucking governmental entity level that they're attacking me. This is not a joke, okay? Everybody knows this out there in the world. This is all over the internet, okay? But there's many victims. There's fucking hundreds and thousands and fucking, if not millions of victims, okay? This shit is real. Very real, and everybody's documenting it, and everybody's reporting it, and it's all over the internet. So now I'm a part of that group, all right? That just happened to me. That's insane. I'm a fucking artist. Go look me up on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Store, any major platform, Amazon. My album's there. My music is there. You can listen to who I am. You can see I'm a well-established artist, okay? They fucked with the wrong guy. I'm resilient. God is in my life. He protects me, and He makes me prosperous in His name, in Jesus' name, okay? So listen, I'm a child of God, and that's why they attack me. Now listen, I just exposed something so huge in such a small area, okay? And this is bigger than this place, okay? This shit is going on worldwide. I'm gonna end this video at that point, okay? I don't know, I'm gonna keep you guys updated, but I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen at this point in time. I'm trying to secure myself right now so they can't come up with some bullshit and try to put me in fucking jail. And then all of a sudden I go to jail, they find out this agency organization, and all of a sudden they add more false accusations or charges. They can falsely charge you from like, oh well, 5 years ago he did this and we have evidence, and now he's getting 10 years, or he's getting life, he's DO'd, he's a dangerous offender. People go to jail for out of nowhere for life. They get framed, okay? This shit is not a joke. I'm leaving the province, bro. I'm leaving the province. It's not a joke. They can get me, man. They can, for no reason. And they can put you in jail, and you're gone. And then it doesn't matter, even if the evidence is not inadequate. There's not even no evidence. There doesn't have to be no evidence. Just word against yours. Because it's an agency against a homeless person. See? Do you understand now? When it comes to why they do this shit? And it'll make more sense to you later. But, well, why are they going to waste all this money on fucking targeting homeless people? Okay, well, then you can go ahead and seek that information out. This video is already a fucking hour long. I can tell you, but it's already there for you to consume, so you don't have to take my word for it. There's mad shit out there for you to go learn about, and why, and what the intent of this is, okay? And why they target homeless people. We're a threat to the government. Now you see why. I'm a threat to the government. I just exposed this entire shit. This is serious shit, and I'm not the only one. There's millions of people out there exposing it. Go look up gang stalking all over the internet. There's many levels and layers to this operation. This is not a joke. This is real. Anyways, my name's Corey Wiegand, aka Sincere Music, aka Corey Resilient. I'm out, man. Share this, make this go viral. It's important. I might even go, who knows what might happen to me. I might die, I might go missing. They kill people, they assassinate people, they put people falsely in jail. This shit is not a joke, okay? Take care.